Hey guys, Shaker is here for another in-depth league informative. Today we'll be taking a look at patch 3.5.0 and looking more specifically into jungling items. Firstly, let's start by looking at what patch 3.5.0 brought in terms of changes. Spirit of the Ancient Golem lost 30 armor and now has 10% CDR. Health was unchanged, but the build path also became easier to access, because now Spirit of the Ancient Golem builds off Kindle Gem instead of Giant's Belt. The gold cost was also reduced from 2,300 to 2,000 gold. As for Spirit of the Elder Lizard, it suffered yet again a small nerf. The total attack damage was reduced from 50 to 45, but to make up for it, the build path was made easier, 2 longswords instead of a pickaxe, and the cost was also reduced from 2,300 to 2,000 gold. Now let's take a brief look at all the jungler items themselves, the stats and the cost effectiveness of each one. And let's start with the Spirit Stone items, because they're all very similar. They all cost 2,000 gold, they all have 10% CDR, they all give mana regeneration, they all give health regeneration. Spectral Wraith has it in the form of Spell Vamp, which is a form of health regeneration. They have the same passive, which is Butcher, and they have a distinct stat and a distinct passive. Elder Lizard has attack damage and Incinerate, extra true damage on hit. Ancient Golem has health and tenacity, reducing the effectiveness of crowd control. Spectral Wraith has ability power, Spell Vamp, which is a bit different from health regen, and 20% cooldown on smite. Taking a look at cost efficiency, Elder Lizard's cost efficiency is 1.40, meaning the stats are worth more 40% than the cost. Ancient Golem's cost efficiency is 128, meaning the stats are worth more 28% than the cost. And Spectral Wraith's cost efficiency is 1.45. The stats are worth plus 45% than the original cost. Taking a brief look at the other items, Madrids and Wriggles, the first is clearly cost inefficient, 0.64, but this is because of Madrid's very strong passive, allowing to clear the jungle faster. As for Wriggles, it's almost cost efficient, neglecting the damage to monsters passive. It'll become cost efficient after placing 2 wards. Now let's go back into the Spirit Stone items once more. They are, in my opinion, items that a jungler should always purchase, unless you're going for Madrids or Wriggles. They're all very cost efficient, and not only that, slot efficient. Plus, everyone knows that a jungler's budget is quite limited. Also, how many times have you seen a non-jungler build these? Countless times I've seen Vladimir's, Akali's, Mordekaiser's with Spectral Wraith. Nono from Against All Authority bought Elder Lizard on his Ezreal on week 10 of the LCS, and I've seen many top laners get Ancient Golem because it allows them to go for other boot types. The other day, Voidboy built it on top lane Olaf, for example. Now, taking a look at Ancient Golem, some argued that the change made the item weaker, that 30 armor is more valuable than 10% CDR. However, we must think of slot efficiency and itemization. CDR is much harder to obtain than armor. Also, the junglers that usually go for this kind of item are usually the tank junglers. And they are types of junglers that usually already go for higher end armor items like Sunfire Cape, Randuin Zoman, Aegis of the Legion, or even Glacial Shroud that goes into Iceborne Gauntlet or Frozen Heart. The armor removal means junglers can go for other high-end armor items and feel like they're not wasting too much money on just one stat. Plus, cooldown reduction is pretty much good on every single champion in the game. So yeah, that's pretty much everything for this episode. But before I finish, I prepared a little something for you guys. Using my own knowledge and borrowing some from diamond-rated junglers in both North America and EU, I created a table with what jungle items you should get on each jungler, ordered by preference. While it isn't 100% correct, because there are a lot of factors that one must take into account, it's good if you feel lost and you don't know what to build. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like if you did, and subscribe for more. That's all for today. Shaker is signing out.